Hello everyone, my name is Austin from awfulmedia.com and I wanted to talk about responsive website design today. I have done a couple tutorials over it, but I just covered very specific things. Like in the first one I did media queries and showed you how to use media queries to change the size of different elements of your website based on the resolution of the browser. And then I did a responsive navigation menu that showed you how to take a full-size navigation menu and turn it into a select menu at a certain resolution. But today I just want to talk about website design. I'm not really going to tell you how to do specific things. It's not going to be a tutorial, but I am going to just go over different techniques, go over different benefits, and stuff like that. So the first thing I want to do is just get right into it. So what is responsive website design? Most likely by now, if you're in the website design field, or just any kind of design field, you're probably aware of what responsive design is. You know that it makes the resolution adaptive, the size of your website or specific elements adaptive to the resolution of the browser that is viewing your website. So let's say you designed your website with a desktop computer in mind, but then somebody visits your website using a mobile browser. They have very, very different resolutions. One's on one extreme and one's on the other. But since you designed your website with the desktop user in mind, the desktop user will get the optimal experience, while the mobile device user will just have to kind of put up with it, just have to deal with it. And it's been that way since the beginning of the big mobile boom that we've had, with so many people, a huge percentage of people visiting websites using mobile devices. So then we kind of had to design mobile websites that were like the form of an app whenever those came along, or just detect the device it's on and then cater to that. And that was working well for a while, but it means you had to keep up with two different websites. You had to have your mobile device website, then you had to have your desktop website. And that was just more work than you needed to do, so they had this whole idea with using media queries to detect the resolution of the browser. And if you can detect the resolution of the browser, you can kind of tell what they're on, what they're using. And you can say, okay, so if the resolution of the browser is this size, then I am going to resize my elements to fit in that screen. So as an example, instead of having to force them to zoom in on the navigation to click on a link, now we can use these media queries, detect the size of the browser, and then allow the navigation menu to take up more screen space based on the size that we get from the media queries. So if we set the media queries, just a random number here, at 600 pixels, so what it's going to do is say, okay, once the browser is at 600 pixels, if it detects that the browser is rendering at 600 pixels wide, then it will say, okay, now we're going to apply these styles. So if we have a navigation menu, once it gets into 600 pixels, we'll say, now take the navigation menu and stack the links on top of each other from the horizontal view before to a vertical view, and then make the clickable area larger. So like if it's just a link, add in a padding around the link and make it colored or something in the background so you can actually see the clickable area. Obviously a lot more details required, but that's just a simple example. But the benefits aren't limited to mobile devices. You may have a huge monitor, so you may design your website with your monitor in mind, but not everyone has a brand new monitor. Not everyone has the biggest, best monitor on the market. So we kind of have to, tone it down a little bit. Or we can design using responsive design. So we can give the dude with the big monitor a big website, but we can also give the person with a small monitor a smaller website, but not cut down on content, not cut down on features or anything, and just make the website smaller. Maybe make it a single column instead of a double column, something like that. Because an issue that we had, or they had, when I say they, I'm not talking about anybody, just an issue people encountered when they designed mobile websites and their standard websites was that the mobile users had less features. They weren't able to access all the same things. And you can do some research on this. There's a ton of examples for this, but that was a big deal because the mobile website designers didn't have the real estate, didn't have the ability to bring all these features in. So the people that were using the mobile designs, the mobile websites, were being punished for using a mobile website. But that is no longer the case if you use responsive design, because it will just be the exact same website, but use different CSS styling. And that's the key to this whole responsive design thing, is different CSS styling. That's all it is. Use the exact same website. You don't mess with the HTML. You just mess with the CSS that controls the HTML. All it is saying is, okay, the browser is this size, so now we use these styles. It is not complicated. There's nothing to it except writing different CSS. For an example, if you don't know what media queries look like, there it is right there. Simple as that. Nothing to it. At media screen and blah blah blah. And I've explained all this stuff in a few videos back in the tutorial on media queries. So check that out. It's on the link on the screen right now. It'll take you right to it. Okay, and there's an argument I hear quite a bit that responsive design is just like this fling and it's not the solution to mobile design. And I just want an example of when it's not as effective as a mobile website on both ends. Like, I understand that like a native app website could be faster, maybe more efficient on the cell phone that it's built for, but HTML5 and CSS are really efficient now on mobile devices. So I don't know, I just want an example, if anybody has an example of where this is not the route to go, when you should take a native app over an HTML5 app for your website. Now I understand for specific applications that you don't want to go HTML5 and stuff. I'm just talking about specifically for your website when you're talking about getting it down to the resolution for a cell phone or for a tablet. So examples would be great. I do understand that there are some websites that just don't get mobile viewers, if that's, I mean, I've heard that, and I get a very low percentage. I guess it's kind of because my website is based on website design, and a lot of website design happens at a desktop or at a laptop. So I think that's the cause for my low percentage of mobile viewers. So I've not really catered to the mobile viewers yet. But on my next redesign of the website, you can expect it to be responsive. So yeah, if you have an example of when it's not the best route to take, let me know in the comments below. I'm not talking about somebody who did responsive design badly, because you can do it badly and make it not work right. I'm talking about if like it just won't work at all, no matter if you have the best designers behind it. So let me know of some examples. I would really like to check it out. I plan on doing responsive website design tutorials, so let me know in the comments below what you want to see. I do plan on doing a couple navigation menus. I would like to know what else you would like to see, because there's so many different things I can do. I just don't know what to do next. So let me know below. And I think that's it for this video. It kept it under 10 minutes. That's good. It's difficult to do when you start talking. So I will see you next time. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.